This is why most women do not understand men and they are not even interested in trying to understand them. Hi, if you don't know who I am, my name is Claudiu Manea and I've been a psychologist and a therapist for over 10 years now. And I work with families, helping them to function better together. So, why do I say that most women do not understand men and they are not even remotely interested in actually understanding them? And the reason, I think, is that there is this idea in the popular culture and it's been really imprinted into a lot of people that men are simple creatures. Simple meaning basic. Men are so simple. All they want is food and sex. Sex and food and food and sex. So if you just make sure to leave a bowl of water for them in the corner of the kitchen and some little crunchies that he can chew on, he'll be fine. And also, if you can attend to his sexual needs, whenever these needs fit your agenda, of course, then he will be completely satisfied. And that's just complete and utter BS. But where does this idea come from? Well, the idea stems from toxic feminism. And like I always say, all feminism these days is toxic for the simple reason that the original goals of the feminist movement have already been achieved. Okay? So if they have already been achieved, all that is left is trying to bring down men whenever you can and at every chance that you can. So the feminists these days are not trying to elevate women. They're not trying to fight for more rights for women and all of that, simply because women have all of the rights that the men do. But they are instead trying to bring down the men and they're trying to undermine the place that men have in their families and in society in general. That's what feminism is all about these days. And this idea that men are simple stems primarily from that feminist movement. You can see it pretty much everywhere. You can see it in media. You can see it in just about any movie that you watch. You can even see it in cartoons for children. Cartoons for children. And what that means is that all of us are being brainwashed from a really early age into thinking that men are these basic creatures who function really basically and who are just a step above a pet that you have. Okay, so women keep men around because they need to have a family, they need someone to conceive the children with and to help them raise the children. And sometimes the men are needed around the house to move heavy stuff around. But other than that, men are simple creatures. And if you don't believe me, just watch. If you don't believe me when it comes to cartoons making this claim and trying to brainwash really small children into thinking that, just watch Peppa Pig and see that the dumbest character in Peppa Pig is the father. He is dumb, he is inadequate in most cases, he's lazy, he's the fattest. I mean, they all are fat because it's a family of pigs, but he's the fattest. He is unable to perform basic tasks without making a mess or without setting fire to the house, and all of that. And that's part of the brainwashing that has been going on for a really long time into imprinting this idea into pretty much everyone that men aren't that big of a deal, that men are just a required nuisance in the lives of women and in society in general. And what does this mean for women? Well, if we are talking about a basic creature, then why would you be interested in finding out whether or not there's something more beneath the surface? Because men are simple, they're basic, they don't have layers like an onion. It's just one layer. Why would you bother to look or to try to see beyond that? There's nothing to see. And there's a lot of men that are complicit in maintaining this idea because women and men do not communicate in the same way. And when a man communicates with a woman, when a man communicates with his wife, let's say, he knows that because they communicate differently, there is a high chance that that discussion will lead to some sort of fight, because she will get the message wrong, she will get it twisted, she will become offended, and all of that. And men hate drama, and they especially hate drama that could have been avoided. And more so than that, they especially avoid drama that could have been avoided by them but wasn't avoided. So they'll pretty much say anything just to avoid the drama. And the easiest way out is just to agree with you. Yes, honey, I'm a very simple creature. All I have are two needs and one gear, and that's all there is to know about me. Just leave me alone and go about your day. It's much safer for the man to have this position than it is to run the risk of getting into a fight with you, you being all moody after that, and all of that. But the truth of the matter is that men are not simple creatures, and they're not in need of you. If you are a woman watching this, they are in no need of you bringing complexity into their otherwise really basic and boring existence. The truth of the matter is that, like I said, women and men communicate differently, especially when it comes to emotions. So in order to have a family that's functioning, in order for you to really understand men, you need to first understand this simple thing. Men and women communicate differently. It's not that one does it better than the other, okay? Get that feministic stuff out of your head. It's not this is better and this is worse. It's just different. It's not men are better and women are of less value. It's not that women are better and men are of less value. Men and women are just different. Different doesn't mean that you need to compare the two. But it does mean that you recognize the differences and you find a way to make them work together. And that's what it's all about. But if you function under the pretense that men are these basic creatures, these pretty much walking morons, you will not get to the place where you really understand how to function together with the man in your life. Now, I'm specifically talking about your husband, but it also applies to other men in your life. For instance, your father, for instance, your brother, or the boss at your work, or whoever it might be. In order to really understand and to really make some steps into the direction of being able to collaborate with men, you really need to drop this idea that men are simple from your mind, because it is extremely toxic and it is preventing you from actually getting the thing that you want. And the thing that you want, I hope that it is that you want to be able to cooperate with men, because that's what men and women are supposed to do. They're not supposed to try to one-off each other and to prove to the other person that I'm better. They're supposed to work together as a team, especially inside a family. So if you want that, this is the first step into achieving that goal, which is a wonderful goal to have. To have a functioning family is a wonderful goal to have. It's perhaps one of the highest achievements that you can have throughout your life. So that's what I have for you today. If you enjoyed this and you want to hear more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. Also, send this video to whoever you think might benefit from it. And in the hopes of seeing you next time, I'm very grateful for taking the time to see this. If you've made it this far, and even if you haven't, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.